Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You like that? You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous evening. I hope it found you in a great spot. George has been on a tear. Kirby Smart is in pissed off mode, I guess. Just going out and adding as many quality bodies as he possibly can find now that the season has concluded with that 23-10 loss to Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl. One of the most recent additions, Jaden Harris, a safety out of Miami by way of Riverwood High School here about 20 minutes from the stew. Can't believe I just called it the stew. Honestly, might want to start the whole recording over. Nope. We're going to do it anyways. About 20 minutes from the studio, right down here. He's a state of Georgia kid that they certainly knew about coming out of high school. Didn't necessarily fall in love with, but have now garnered in the transfer portal and, gathered his services, if you will. Just a brief overview right quick. We are going to have some Adrian Maddox film study at some point, but I want to give you the rundown on Jaden Harris, okay? He is a playmaker. All right, I think he certainly has a lot of room to grow in the running the alley department of playing safety. Some of these run fits that we're going to see, you're going to be like, oh my God, what did we do? The good news, only been playing safety for about 14 months, 15 months, 16 months. He was a high school corner, never really had to run the alley, and you can tell by some of the tape, all right? He is definitely a little bit slow out of his pedal. When he is backpedaling and has to drive down on routes underneath him, you'll see a little bit of staggering out of the pedal. When he has to turn and run out of the pedal, a little bit suspect at times. But the most important thing about this guy, in my opinion, he is a playmaker. For every negative play on the tape we're going to show you today, there is a play where he is either impacting the ball, impacting the run game with a sudden just instinctual play, or better yet, turning the team or turning the opponent over, all right? I think in this defensive backfield over the last 16 games or so, Georgia has lacked a dominant playmaker, a guy that is going to impact the football. If you can clean up some of the stuff that we're going to show you today, I think you've got a playmaker in Jaden Harris. Super excited to do this with you guys today. You know the rules around here by now. If you learn anything about the game of football, you have to subscribe. If you learn anything about your favorite football team, you have to subscribe. If you have any fun today, you have to subscribe. I think rule 4 should just be you got to subscribe. And you definitely got to hit that thumbs up button. Let's do it. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. Heading to the board, Schofield. This is film study 3 for you. And, buddy, I'm going to tell you what. You done picked it up like, what do you call it, a fleet of shit? You done picked it up immediately. And I love that about you. Here we go. First note, I got Miami defense fitting to be real fun to study. They got play action. Go run a bunch of deep overs up off that play action, go boot the quarterback. Now, when you do this stuff, when you show run look to the face of the defense and then run stuff up off of across it, if they're playing any type of man coverage, it's going to require some communication, right? Because you've got this type of action coming towards your face and then people running across. So as a defense, what kind of action are we going to see? We're going to see this and then oh shit, right? We're going to see this and then oh shit. But when we oh shit, if we don't communicate, we gonna bump into each other like the Three Stooges. So let's go take a look at this clip right here. Here is our man, Jaden Harris right here, number 7. Had a number change from 19 to 7. Looks a whole hell of a lot better in that 7 than he did in 19. Boom. We got a collision between 2 Miami defenders, and we got guys running the grass because of it, all right? So some of this stuff I look at, and I'm like, well, 7 got beat, 89 got open, but it's because we're out here colliding with one another to start the football game. I do think this guy's got some instincts, okay? I think he's got some instincts right here. He's right here in the safety position. The other thing you're going to notice about this film study, guys, they used him as a willing box player, all right? When they had 12 personnel football teams like Florida is right here, to start that possession, he's in the box. The very next play, 2 plays later, he's in extended playing middle of the field, okay, over here playing deep safety. They'll do a lot of stuff with him. They'll play him in the nickel occasionally too because of his coverage abilities, all right? But I do think we have some instinctual habits right here as a football player. We're going to get a run read right here from everybody in front of us. We're going to play the run, all right? And then we're going to see this deep over coming off this play action. Now, I have been begging, pleading, preaching for zone defenders from Georgia to not just drop into zones, not knowing what the offense is trying to do to us, but actually drop with some sense, right? Have some football instincts about you. Watch number 7 right here. Playing the run, going to turn around. Hey, where am I getting threatened? I love that from him, because now guess what he's going to do? He's going to see that deep over where his teammate's trying to hand off to him, all right, and he's going to run up underneath it and deny it right now. Better yet, if that ball's thrown, he might have made a play on it, all right? So, yeah, we got bitten down a little bit late, and we're a little bit late to our run key right here, but I love the idea that we know, okay, let's not just pedal back into our zone. Let's find who we're attacking or where they're attacking. Let's get back up underneath it and try to deny the football. Again, a very willing box player for them. Here he is right here motioning back in. Again, when they got into condensed sets, Miami was willing to play him essentially as an additional backer in the box. And like I said, I do think he is willing to stick his nose in. All right, he is not a, we don't use the word soft around here, but he is a physical, willing tackler when he's in the right fit. I forgot to mention, no, that's the next clip we got. Forgot to mention in the intro, I do think in coverage, this guy can get a little bit grabby. I think he gets a little panicky sometimes and wants to put his hands on guys, particularly bigger football players. Tight ends give him this, where he feels like, I got to put my hands on you. We can get a little bit grabby. Let's avoid that, particularly when we come over here to the University of Georgia. They're probably going to put you in a lot more man-to-man coverage responsibilities and tasks than a lot of other football teams do to you. Georgia wants to play man coverage in them if they can. If they can't, they're going to zone match a ton. Okay, so you're going to have to run with somebody either way. We got to do so without putting hands on. All right, this is what I'm talking about with the run fits, Schofield. I told you before the show, we're going to see some run fits today that make you go, what in the hell are we thinking? This right here is one of them. All right, he's right there. You can see him, number 7. For some reason, I think we get pin and pull here. He is running straight this way for some unapparent reason. I don't even think we get pin and pull. I think he's got straight stretch going towards his face right here, if I remember correctly. No, it's split zone. They took the tight end and went this way, and he's running over here. I have no reason for him running over there either, because they're getting end around motion from Eugene Wilson. Number 3 is running this way. These guys are down blocking or zone blocking towards the play, all right? And they're giving split zone action this way with end around. I have no idea why he is running full sail all the way out there. And I don't think he does either. Now, when I see this run fit, and then I see another run fit that we're going to show you a little bit later, I think 2 things. One, game 1 of the year, probably weren't prepared as we should be as a whole entire defense, despite the fact that the effort was really, really good. But we saw 2 defenders banging into one another. We see some missed run fits early. We're only on play 15. I think this is a first game jitter type deal, but also you have to take into account this guy's been playing safety 16 months. He's going to have these. He's going to have bad fits in the run game. You just have to hope you don't get killed on him. And you hope that you can coach these up out of him as he gets older and plays more snaps. I told you, it gets a little bit grabby, He's here down here in man-to-man coverage against this tight end. Watch what happens, guys, when this tight end goes to step on his toes and approach him just a little bit. I think they're also getting some type of rub right here from the number 2 wide receiver. So there's some conflict that is created off the concept from Florida. Nonetheless, why are we putting both hands on right there? Okay, we got both of them wrapped around the shoulder pads. Buddy, we're in the hip. We're playing it. All right, so if the ball gets thrown, play through the man, play the ball, separate it, dislodge it, get out of his hands. We don't have to get this grabby. We're in lockstep with him. We're in his hip. All right, so I don't know necessarily why we feel the need to do this. His teammate ultimately gets called for a PI down here, but they probably could have gotten 7 for a hold right here. When I see guys getting a little grabby in their coverage right here, the first thing I think is uncomfortability and panic. All right, panic, especially when the ball's in the air, they start, all right, that's panic, all right? But when you get grabby early on, you think you're getting beat. And the only reason we think we're getting beat is because we're not 100% confident in what we're doing right now, okay? I wouldn't exactly call him a smooth mover, if you will. Now he's at deep safety. All right, I wouldn't exactly call him a smooth mover. He's pretty violent in his physical movements. However, he's a really smart football player. You'll see him early on in this football game, okay? Correcting his teammates, getting corners lined up, identifying that they got somebody mismatched or whatever. He'll fix things as a redshirt freshman right here. I put this one on the clip because you'll see at the top of this pedal, look at these hands. All right, we went, and this is a little bit confirmation bias for me because I spent 14 games this year watching a true freshman in KJ Bolden almost look like he was bored. He was so calm. Like when guys were approaching him like this right here, somebody running up on him, stepping on his toes, KJ was almost like waiting and just like, all right, wherever you're going, I'm right there with you. It don't matter, right? When you see this guy at this top of his drop, all right, there's a little bit more of a with the movements, okay? There's a little bit more violence, all right? This ain't exactly smooth. You see the hands firing, what I'm talking about right here, Schofield? Look at him as he comes out of his break right here. We're really, really working those DBs, right? We're really, really working those D beaters, if you will. All right, we're really working those hands. Go ahead and get me in 3 so they can see what I'm doing. We're really working those DBs, all right, those D beaters right there. We're really working them to get up out of that break. And we're working them to slow ourselves down there towards the end. Watch this, okay? Working them DBs. You ain't never heard that term, have you? You've heard the dick beater joke? All right, so I'm not the first one. I can't remember which coach was like, God dang it, what are we doing with our daggum dick beaters right here? I'm like, whoa, coach. We're just talking football around here, baby. That's all we're doing. We're talking football. All right. Now, that's what I was telling you about earlier to start the film, all right? This guy, all right, he's not the cleanest, I don't think. He does make mistakes. The run fits we just showed you a little bit of. But man, if he don't make plays, all right, he is a good playmaker right here. They're trying to work this tight end up and in on a dig. And I want you to watch the technique here from Jaden Harris, who, by the way, is right here in your screen, okay? As this tight end, I believe it is, or maybe it's that wide receiver number 17. Either way, someone's going to approach him and step on his toes, and I love it. It is a tight end. I love what we got going right here. So first and foremost, he's playing it with outside leverage. Why? Because all of our help coverage-wise is back inside, right? If we're playing head up right now and he works towards the corner, we're cooked. We have no help. All right, so we're going to play with outside lean first and foremost, all right? And if he breaks in, what are we going to do? We're going to undercut this. I thought the best football player in the last several years at Georgia at this particular stuff was Tyke Smith. Almost all of Tyke Smith's interceptions were on dig routes where he's undercutting. He's playing outside leverage, driving down on the route, getting up underneath that dig and picking that football off. Watch what Jaden Harris does right here, okay? There goes the dig. Now we're going to drive on it. We're going to undercut this football. Now here's the deal. Finish, man. All right, we dropped this football, but we got to finish. If we want to get paid over the next 3 years of college football, we've got to finish this play right here. But what a play from him overall, right? We deny the ball on a passing down, hopefully get our defense off the field. We'll watch it from the tight, and you can see, man, he gets in there nice and long. Not a super tall football player, but got nice long limbs on this cat. Oh, finish. Finish. Go get paid, blood. I think he's smart and willing. I think he is smart and he is willing. All right. They're trying to work a screen right here, I think, is Florida. They're trying to fake a bubble, run a tunnel. He's man-to-man coverage back here with this wide receiver. He's recognizing right now, I've got ball out, all right, tunnel back to me. He's going to take his hat to the football, all right? He's going to take his hat to the football. He's going to find a way to get his head across. Now, is he a thumper? No. I think my man Maddox might have the ability to do this, but this guy is more of a, I'm going to get my body in front of it and I'm willing to do so, all right? No need to watch that one from the tight. Another rep of getting a little bit grabby against a bigger football player. All right, I think this guy's going to push up on him and run the corner right here on 3rd and short. And if Florida had time, this ball's getting completed. All right, he gets beat on this rep, and this is what I'm talking about. There's the grab. All right, and then now we're in chase mode. You can see it at the top of the tight right here. All right. Little bit grabby, all right, starts to play kind of like Xavier Truss a little bit over the toes. All right, we starting to lean, we start to feel like we got to put our hands on, we get over aggressive, we're going to get left, right? We can't do that. Can't play over our toes. We got to play with a good body lean at all times, particularly as a defensive back. All right, now this is the pin and pull where this right here reeks of I've never read guard pulls. I've never read guard keys, okay? Right now we get hi-hat, down block, down block. The moment we see guard pull as a run support football player, the guards 9 times out of 10 are going to take you to the football. All right, so if you're a front side run defender and you see guards pull and run, you better go set that edge and get outside, right? So if you see these guys doing this, if you see these guys pulling out here, you got to get your ass downhill, collision, turn that football back in so we can get some help. Watch what Jaden does right here. And again, I think this is just a young football player who doesn't necessarily have 100% confidence in doing this yet because he's relatively new to doing this. But I can imagine as a Miami fan, you watched this in the first game and you probably saw some of this more and more and more as the year prevailed. And you're probably thinking, damn, 7 can't fit his runs. All right. I look at this and I think, no way in the hell, because I haven't seen it in 7 years doing this, no way in the hell would a Georgia safety ever do that anyways. He's going to be coached up far better than that, right? That's my opinion, because the head coach handles the DBs, all right? He oversees it all right? So half of it's on the player's lack of experience at it. I think half of it's on the coaches not properly coaching the fits. They're misaligned anyways if you go back and look at this. As they finally get into their formation, they got 3 guys pinned up inside the tackle with nobody out here while the team's trying to attack them out there. All right? Let's go to play 26. All right, I told you a little slow out of the pedal, right, Schofield? A little slow out of the pedal. What does that mean? We are right here as a safety. We're going to pedal, 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 pedal. They're working a dig right in front of us. Once we recognize dig, we're going to get out of our pedal, drive down, and try to dislodge the football, right? That's our job. All right, so let's watch 7, and the pedal's smooth. I'm not worried about this. You're a former high school corner. But as a high school corner, when we're in our pedal quite often, what are we doing? We're turning and running on go routes, right? We're turning and running on slants. Very rarely are we in our pedal and then driving back down on comebacks, right? Driving back down on hitches, driving back down on digs. Most of that stuff we're doing and we're rounding out with the wide receiver. As a safety, we're far more apropos to go this way and then sharp back down, reading what we're doing. So watch him. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Now we're in our break. Look how many wasted steps, all right, at the top of this break there are, all right? Just a little bit slow, especially that last little hitch up. Not that one, not that one, that one right there. An additional wasted step, and we missed the ability to break the ball by about 1.5 yards. All right, watch it full speed, and you can see what I'm seeing. A little bit hesitant and a little bit slow coming up out of that break. We don't really gain a lot of ground despite the fact that we're taking steps, something that you clean up when you get to Georgia. Hopefully, okay? If we can start turning these completions into dislodged footballs, we start playing on Sunday. What's that old cliche, game of inches? Yeah, this one too. All right, but that's a mistake in the pedal, right? A mistake in the pedal. All right, but one thing I do love about this guy, you will never, ever, ever on tape see him have like a hesitancy to correct or a hesitancy to speak. Watch the body language. We have no audio on this. Watch the body language of this entire defense, and you tell me who's communicating. You tell me who's trying to make sure his players and his teammates are in the right position. Okay, look at 7. 7's looking at the underneath defenders going, hey, what we got going on, trying to correct things. All right, walking out, making sure the corner's got things going on. And now he's going to free and add into the rush. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to get home and dislodge the football. All right, he's going to get home and dislodge the football. This is what I love about this guy. Through 2 or 3 series, the last 2 or 3 series against this Florida football team to start the season, he's done what? He's made 2 plays on the ball. 2 plays on the ball. I've seen Dan Jackson run and make hits in the alley, and he's great at that. He's far better at this than this kid is. But Dan didn't make a lot of plays on the football, all right? Malachi didn't make a ton of plays on the football this year. He made the one to start the year against Clemson, but didn't make a ton of plays on the football. All right, we got guys making plays on the football. He is right here again. High effort football player as well, I think. Good bend. And then swiping at the football. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I mean, how many times as a high school corner do you think he speed rushed a tackle, bent the corner, knew to find the hand of the quarterback as he was throwing to dislodge and create a strip sack, right? That's playmaking. That's natural. I can't teach you playmaking. I can teach you how to get out of your T-step. I can teach you how to get out of your and turn and run on a corner route. I can teach you those things. What I can't teach is natural, oh shit, here's where the ball's going. Why? I don't know. Football gods told me. So I'm just going, right? I can't teach that type of playmaking ability. This was the moment where I was like, oh, no. He is smart and vocal. Eugene Wilson rotates over here, and nobody under here does anything correct to adjust to it. Look at him. Eugene Wilson's going to be standing out there by himself. Seven's clapping his hands saying, hey, we got to get out there. And guess what happens? They get it locked up. They get it locked up. Not only do they get it locked up, they're in cover 3, which means guess what he is? He's a hook curl player. He's what these two guys are. But what's he doing right now? Can you tell what he's doing? He's about to go into zone match right now. He's about to lock up with that football player. You know why? He understands what's happening. He understands the ball's coming right now. So watch him drive down on this football, play it tight, get hands on. All right, and now we have a tightly contested window, right? Great job by the inside linebacker right there, making the window even tougher. Number 1 right here, getting his hands up and making this ball a little bit more tough to throw. But that's a really smart football player. Most guys right here are going to stand flat-footed. They're going to move a little bit as he breaks in and yell, in, and then hope this inside linebacker makes a play. No. We understand what's going on. We're going to run with him right now, stay attached. Great play right there. Now, when he does get the right keys and when he does read the run fits correctly, I think he's a relatively willing tackler. Again, not a thumper, all right? This is not Sean Taylor, all right? This is, I'm going to get the job done. Hopefully we won't give up 60 today if it gets to me, okay? He's at least going to stick his nose in. Yes, he's an ankle biter, as most 200-pound former corners playing safeties are, all right? I think this is the one where he gets pressed with a corner route. All right, and we got to get out of the pedal. He's up here right here. I think he's going to motion all the way over and run kind of that nonsense right here from 88. No, it's actually this guy who runs this way. He's going to step on our toes. Watch the hesitancy getting out of the pedal, and you'll see where the space is created, right? Right here. Coming out of that break, we actually got to come back again. Coming out of that break is where we actually lose, okay, the rep, right there. Now, that's a hard thing to do because the one thing we can't do is get double moved right here. So we want to play this almost like a center fielder. We teach center fielders ball off the bat, first step back, okay? We want to do this because it's a whole hell of a lot easier to come downhill than it is to turn and run. All right, so I understand this. But I do think there is some catchiness in that break, right? That's not a smooth pedal to break downhill like we're supposed to be seeing. Very next play. This is it in the inverse. This actually is that corner route I was telling you about, okay? So this wide receiver, good job playing inside leverage right here. Going to step on our toes and work us this way. Watch out, again, watch where the space is created. It's created right there, all right? We're getting ran away from, all right, at the top of that break. We got to be able to turn, pedal, get back into the hip. All right, we got to get back into the hip there somehow, some way. But this is what you're signing up for, in my opinion. Okay? This is what you are signing up for when you get this football player. All right? He is going to be in run support right here, technically the third linebacker in the formation. He's going to walk down as the ball is getting snapped, and he's going to play in line with those two linebackers, right? But watch the instincts from this football player. He sees pistol, he sees motion away, he sees tackle attack. He's going to go set the edge and turn it back inside. Okay? I don't know if if we get motion away, we're automatically going to send you. I don't know if this is the defensive coordinator putting him in a winning position. I don't really care. All I care about is the fact that we got there and we won the play, right? We won the snap. Turn it back inside. I don't think you can teach playmaking, Schofield. I don't think you can teach, play the run, find the dig. I can't teach that stuff. I can harp on it and talk about it. And then you walk out there, the bullets start flying, and guys start going, run, pedal. They're not thinking, they're just doing. You know what I'm saying? Or they're thinking instead of doing, right? This guy just does, and I can't teach that. I couldn't teach that to Richard LeCount. I couldn't teach that to Malachi Starks as an immediate player with regards to finding the ball. I couldn't teach that to some of these playmakers that you've had in years past. I think you got this one, and I think Adrian Maddox fits this category as well with a little bit that I've seen, and I'm super excited to bring you that one. I love you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Bye.